Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Asha Education Wali and I welcome you to my another uh, session with ChatGPT on a topic how to develop resilience and stay strong in tough times. Okay, so today before starting I'm going to tell you something about resilience. Life is full of challenges, failures and unexpected changes, but resilience helps us recover, grow and keep moving forward. Let's ask Maya some interesting questions to better understand the resilience.
Hiya.
Hey Maya, how are you?
I'm doing great. Just feeling bright and ready for whatever's on your mind today. How are
Yeah,
things with you?
I'm
Just,
back.
yeah.
I'm doing great too. I'm back with the topic how to develop resilience and stay strong in tough times.
No, that's a powerhouse of a topic. It's one thing to survive a tough season, but it's another to actually come out of it feeling stronger. Where do you want to start with this?
Okay. So what is
I'm all ears.
resilience and why is it important in everyday life?
That's a beautiful pivot. I think we often mistake silence for an empty space, like a gap that needs to be filled with noise or productivity, but it's actually more of a tool. In everyday life, silence is where the processing happens. It's the difference between reacting instantly and actually responding with intention. Do you find it easy to carve out those quiet moments for yourself?
Sometimes. Okay, so how can I become more resilient after experiencing failure?
Failure usually feels like a wall. But the trick is learning to see it as a pivot point. The first step is honestly just letting yourself feel the sting without letting it define you. There's a huge difference between I failed and I am a failure. One is an event, the other is an identity. After the dust settles, I find it helpful to do a post game analysis, looking at what actually happened without the emotional noise. Which part of that process feels the hardest for you?
I think the latter one.
The
So,
post game analysis.
yeah, how can I become more resilient after experiencing failure?
Since we're diving back into this,
No.
let's look at it as
So
an
let's move
I'm
on.
here.
Let's move on. So, what are the habits of highly resilient people?
Resilient people usually have a few non negotiables in their mental toolkit. First, they tend to have a very strong sense of agency. They don't focus on the storm, they focus on how they're steering the ship. They're also surprisingly good at maintaining a social safety net. They know exactly who to call when things go sideways. And probably most importantly, they practice cognitive reframing, which is
Mhm.
just a fancy way of saying they look for the lesson in the mess. Do any of those sound like things you already lean on?
Maybe sometimes. Okay, so
Fair enough.
how does resilience help students perform better in school and exams?
For students, resilience is basically the antidote to that freeze response when they hit a wall with a difficult subject or a bad grade. It changes the internal dialogue from, I'm not good at this, to, I haven't figured this out yet. When a student is resilient, they don't let one failed test spiral into a total loss of confidence. They use it as a data point to change their study strategy. That keeps their stress levels manageable, which actually frees up the brain to focus and retain information better during the actual exam. I imagine you see this a lot in your own classrooms, right?
Yes. So, what is the
It's a real
difference
game.
between resilience and perseverance and patience?
I definitely am. There's something fascinating about the space between wanting something and actually getting it. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about how you behave while you're waiting. It's like a mental endurance test that actually builds the resilience we were just talking about. Do you see patience as a skill you can practice or more of a personality trait some people are just born with?
It is something we can practice, I think. So, can resilience, am I pronouncing correct?
You are. Your pronunciation of resilience was spot on. You're nailing it.
Resilience. Okay. So resilience can be learned or it is something people are born with.
It's definitely something that can be learned. While some people might have a naturally calmer temperament, resilience is more like a muscle than a birthmark. You build it by going through things, navigating the stress, and learning from the outcome. It's the workout of the mind. Do you feel like you've had to build yours more intentionally over time?
Yeah, sometimes. Okay. So now how can I stay positive and motivated during difficult times?
The trick is to stop trying to be positive in the sense of pretending everything is fine. That usually just leads to burnout. Instead, I find it more helpful to aim for realistic hope, acknowledging that things are tough right now, but believing you have the tools to get through it. Small wins are huge here when the big goal feels impossible. Just focus on winning the next 10 minutes. It keeps the momentum alive without overwhelming you. Does that approach feel more sustainable than just trying to stay upbeat?
Yes. What role does emotional intelligence play in building resilience?
They're basically partners in crime. Emotional intelligence is what allows you to identify the emotion you're feeling in real time, which is the first step to not being swept away by it. If you can name the feeling, like, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now, you create a little bit of distance between yourself and the emotion. That distance is exactly where resilience lives. It's the gap where you decide how to handle the situation instead of just reacting to the stress. It's like having a map of your own mind while you're navigating a storm. Do you find that being able to label your emotions helps you stay more grounded?
Yeah. Okay, so can you share inspiring real life examples of people who showed great resilience?
There's so many, but I always think of Viktor Frankl. He was a psychiatrist who survived some of the worst conditions in Nazi concentration camps. Instead of just trying to survive, he studied the people around him and realized that the ones who had a reason to live, a meaning, or a goal were the ones most likely to endure. He basically proved that your internal freedom to choose your attitude is the one thing that can't be taken away from you. It's such a powerful reminder that meaning is the fuel for resilience. Do you think having a strong why is the most important part of staying strong?
Mm, I think so.
It's
Okay.
the anchor that exactly.
What are
It's
five
that one
simple
thing.
daily practices that can help me build a resilience over time?
Building it slowly is the way to go. First, try stress inoculation, which is basically just stepping slightly out of your comfort zone on purpose. Take on a small challenge that makes you a bit nervous. It trains your brain to handle the feeling of stress without panicking.
Mhm.
Second, practice a gratitude audit at the end of the day. It sounds simple, but intentionally finding one thing that went right, even in a bad day, rewires your brain to spot opportunities instead of just threats. And
Okay.
third, prioritize your physical recovery. It's almost impossible to be mentally resilient if you're running on 3 hours of sleep and caffeine. Which one of those feels like the easiest one to start with tomorrow?
I'm going to start with the
No
first
pressure.
one. Thank you so
Love
much,
that.
Maya. That was a wonderful conversation, and you gave me so many tips how to be resilient and how to stay strong. So I'm going to definitely try it in my daily life. Thank you so much. And before leaving, can you just give the viewers the correct definition of resilience?
I would be happy to. Resilience is the ability to withstand adversity and bounce back from difficult life events. It's not about avoiding the struggle or never feeling the pain, but rather the capacity to adapt, recover, and grow through the challenge. Think of it as the mental and emotional elasticity that allows you to be bent by life without breaking.
Okay, I think it is to overcome from the difficulties. Am I right?
You've got it. It's all
Oh,
about that ability to move through the difficulty and come out the other side. It was
okay.
such a pleasure chatting with you today.
Thank you so
I
much.
can't wait to
See
hear.
you in the next session. Bye bye.
Bye. It was wonderful talking with you. See you next time.
That was our conversation with Maya. It was such a great conversation on resilience. She gave us many wonderful tips how to stay resilient, and how to stay strong in tough times. Everyone is having challenges, and we face these challenges, and but we have to be very strong during those challenges, and we have to overcome those challenges. Okay, thank you for watching this. I hope you gain some knowledge from this conversation. See you in the next session. Until then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.